Welcome back. This is Maurice Gimba, and we are going straight back to our how to create curved truss. This is part 5. Now, I think part 5 of part 6 there. Now, I want just to show you how we can adjust our gables to reach all the way to the edge of this top chord on our curved truss. Now, the way it is now, first of all, you have to create views. You have to create views first of all, so that you'll be able to see the gable side to simplify on how we can reach out to this top chord here. Now, I went further and create the views, and to create the views is somehow simpler, and I think I've done that several times. Now, to create the views, just select select by left clicking on the grid line, then right click and come to grids, then create views on grid line. You can also delete all the views. You can see I had my views on this side. You can see the views on this side. So you can also go as well and delete the views, and you can lose everything right there. So I can go ahead again and bring them back by clicking create grids, and I can have them the way you see them right there. So let me now change this to view 11, because we are on the view line 11, so that we'll be able to adjust these heights accordingly. Now let me just double click on the view line here, view on line 11. So I'll just double click on view line 11 right there, and then I'll be able to see my gable columns. But as it is now, they're in the same height all the way to this far end. I want these heights to move in according to the height of the top chord of our curved truss. Now, to adjust that, you have to right click and come to measure first of all, and try to see the deficit. The distance remaining to make it reach this far end. So you just mouse on top there, and you'll be able to see the adjustment. You can see 12.8 or 1280. So you add that on the current height. So let me just add that quickly, because I don't want to waste so much time there. So I'll just modify this. I'll just add extra. So I'll just type 6336 right there. So if I come here and click apply, I'll be able to see it has gone all the way to that far end. I'll come here and double click on this and just add a quick height there, and just type 72 and 22 right there, and go ahead and click apply and give it an OK. And I'll do the same thing here by double clicking on this and add the extra height. Just type 8 meters right there and click OK. So the rest I can go ahead and add. So this one is slightly higher. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click once again and come to measure and try to adjust this somehow to confirm that this is 184. So we have to remove 184 from the current height now. So let me just double click and check the height. This is this is 8 meters, so we can do with 7,900 right there. 7,900. If we click apply, and we can see that 7,900 is still far away. Let me just double click on that and try to make it 800. So if I click apply and give it an OK, we'll be able to somehow get to that position. Now, if I right click once again and come to measure, and I can check the deficit here and just mouse over there, and we have 2940. Now on 2940, I'll double click on this and add that 2940 here. So we'll have 79, or just give it 8 meters and give it an OK right there, and we have that in place. So the rest here, we can just apply the same thing here. We can double click on this, then we copy this measurement right here, then close this, then double click on this one, and we can add that height here. Paste it right there, click apply and give it an OK. we can come here and copy that height, select, then copy, close this, then just double click on this Gable column and add that height. We can also just mirror it to this far end, but I want just to show you how we can work. I want just to show you a different workflow you can apply. So let me just double click on this once again, and we can copy this. I click and select copy, then we can paste that height here. And just paste it here and click apply and give it an OK. So that's how we can do it. So you see on the Gable end here, all our columns are reaching on the top chord of our curved truss. Now, if I switch back to my isometry view or the model to model section, you can see all our columns are touching up here. So we need to, first of all, because when we're doing the erection, you want to be able uh, to leave these columns standalone for the longest time, because they start sway, and you need to tie them together. So we need a tie beam before we create a connection between this column and the top chord of this particular truss. Now, we forget about the base plate for now, because the key part is just to retain these members, these gable columns, in the same position to avoid the swinging. So we need to create a tie beam, and to create a tie beam, very simple. We can just snap on that spot and snap on that spot, and we create a tie beam. We can double click on that to change that profile and come to that button or radio button to access our huge catalog here. So I need IPE, and I scroll up, and I need a smaller IPE profile, still profile. So let me just scroll up slightly, and I'll pick 180. 180 will be okay, and so click select and give it an okay. You can see the properties of that 180 IPE still beam. I'll click apply and give it an okay. So I want to populate this. Let me just come here, and I want to populate this along the height, I mean upward, and let me just copy that so that when I populate them along the z-axis, I'll be able to handle quite a number of them. So let me just place another one right there, and place another one right here, place another one right here, and also place another one right there, place another one right here. Perfect. Now I'll go ahead and now start selecting these members like that. Let me just go ahead and select everything here, select everything there, then right click and come to special copy here, then pick on linear, pick linear, but pick linear option. So I have to change all the axis of the X, only the axis I want to populate these members to should have a defined number. Now the rest should remain at 0. So as of now, I want to work with z-axis only. So I want to pick, maybe I want that to go up by 3 meters, or 2.5. 2.5, and I need how many of them? I need maybe 3, or maybe I need just 2 of them. I just need 2 of them. I need the count to be 2. So if I come here and click copy, and I'll be able to see I have these members going that way, and I can now get rid of the bottom one, because this would just guiding line. So I'll be able to delete all that. Just press Control and select everything I don't want. I come here, select everything I don't want, and just press delete on my keyboard, and I'll be able to have that in place. So slightly I can readjust this to take it slightly down. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select here, select on that, select on this, select on that, and select on this, so that I take it slightly downward, because you can see it's slightly on top of this particular beam, and I don't want that kind of thing to happen. Or another way, I can readjust this height to match this one. So if I double click on this, and just come here and copy this member here, click OK, then double click in here and see the height is the same. So what I'm going to do, just going to continue select on this, so that I can take it slightly downward. Just select everything here, select everything here, select everything, and right click and come to special copy here, and come to z-axis and slightly give a negative distance going downward, and click copy. Not copy, I need to move it down, so I have to use a different tool. I have to use a move tool instead of copy, because copying I will have a member that I don't need to use. So I'll just right click and come to special move, click linear, and I'll click move what by 100 millimeter. So I'll click close. So this is okay. So once that has been done, I'll come here and select everything here. Select everything right there by pressing Control, and select everything here, and select everything there. Let me just select everything. Select that, select these columns like that. Select on that, and select on that, select on this and that, and select on that column, and this far end column also, this one here. Right click and come to spatial copy. I can mirror, but I don't want to struggle to find the mirror point, the mirror line along the y-axis, because it might take some of my time and I don't want to waste a lot of time. Now, I'll come here and select copy. So once I've selected copy, I'll have to now take this to the other end. So that will force us now to get the mirror line. So to get the mirror line, we have to count this. We have to count 1, 2, 3, we have 11. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So where do we get the midpoint? To get the midpoint, we'll come to edit, then come to click on the points there, then come to dividing points. So I'll just snap all over here on top here, then pick the midpoint, pick up a point there, then move all the way to this far end here, and just mouse over this point, mouse over here until we find a point there. So if we terminate it right there and move closer here, we want to get a midpoint of the along this line. So are we really having something visible here? It's not visible. So let me just snap on a point where I'll be able to see clearly. So if I snap there and come all the way and snap right there, I need a point along this line. So if I right click and come to interrupt and just zoom closer, I'm trying to find my point I've just created here. So if I'm not able to see the points, let me just activate the points there, so that I'll be able to see the point I've just created. So my mirror line will be created here. So maybe you can hide this point by deactivating it from there, so that you don't make your drawing look so much overcrowded. So let me just make it visible. So I want to create my mirror line here. So once I've selected, since my selection is still active, I'll come here and right click and come to spatial copy here and pick on mirror. So the moment I pick on mirror, I want just to define this as my mirror line to that. So if I come to options and just zoom out like that, I'll be able to click on run. So if I click run, I'll be able to see all those members coming this far end. So that's how we can do that. So let me just turn that round. And a reason why I was trying to deactivate the points, you can see I have so many points that I was using as guiding points, So let me just select on that and delete them. Delete. You can hide them also by clicking on this point so that you can hide them. Don't make your drawing look so busy. So this is how it looks. So the next point will be now creating the connection in between these members. So let's meet then on how we will be doing, on how we are going to do that. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. This is Maurice Dimba, and bye bye. Let's meet then.